fellow professionals. There has been a murder in HR. Thank God. RIP performance management. We hate that this has taken away any sort of conversation that we're having with our employees, and we just are melding into our system. But we can maybe resuscitate the term. Say it with me with a smile. See if we can do this. 1, 2, 3. Performance management. Yuck. Still sucks. Well, neuroscience tells us that language creates reality and words trigger emotional states. Well, performance management triggers fear in employees. And that is amazing because now we have embedded a threat response into something that's supposed to help employees move forward. And our systems, those are built for compliance, not for connection. Now we check our boxes, but we don't check in. Our systems are important, but they were never meant to replace conversations. So stop using them for that purpose because our managers still love to hide behind those boxes. In fact, 69% of employees, managers, according to a Harris poll, avoid talking to their employees at all. Is that ridiculous? They're avoiding talking to the people who are responsible for generating the company's revenue. Well, how does that make any sense? I really don't know. It's a terrible state of affairs, but we need to turn it around. And it's just massive. $400 to $550 billion a year, according to Gallup. Our disengaged employees, they don't stay, they don't connect, they're just not engaged. So we need to kill performance management, RIP, and start making managers have goals that require them to talk to employees regularly about their employees' performance. But they like to hide, and they will continue to hide because it's hard to unlearn avoidance. But managers tell us they've been hiding so long that they're afraid to talk to their employees, and they don't know how. So it's imperative that HR develop ways and find ways to help them out of this hole. Neurolinguistic programming is a way out. And what this is, it's also called NLP. That's what it means. And it's a way for managers NLP is a way for your subconscious and conscious mind to work together to bring new behaviors out of employees. And today we're going to talk about 3 techniques: outcome, state, and presuppositions. First, we'll talk about outcome. So an NLP outcome is a way to influence behavior that's really in a meaningful way. So for instance, Caitlin here, she needs to be more accountable. So my outcome for her is that she acknowledge her role and then commit to what she's going to do next. Then it's really important that I get into the right state before Caitlin comes in and talks to me about this. Because when she comes in, she's going to immediately feel my state. So I have to make sure that I feel like I'm accountable and open and ready to talk to her and listen to what she has to say. That's going to dictate how the whole conversation goes. The next step after this is presuppositions. Now, those are questions that assume employee success, but it also talks to their subconscious mind because it makes them more receptive to our ideas without putting up that defense response. So here, I'm going to ask, what part did you feel was in your control? That way, I'm nudging her toward accountability while I'm asking her about her part in the situation. A little bit later on in the conversation, I will ask her, when you own this, what's your next move? Again, this is going to continue to move her toward, because of the way that I worded it, it's going to continue to move her toward taking that accountability instead of fighting me. So when we ask questions like that assumes the employee's success, we're actually also assuming that the employee cares. And when we do that, guess what? The employee actually begins to care. Wow, are you kidding? This is a way for us to use our brain to hook into an employee's heart. What kind of magic is that? To have an employee who cares, because we know that once an employee cares, they're more engaged and they're more involved in what the company wants to do. So let's murder performance management and separate compliance from conversation, because it's all about the interaction with the employee. We're done with it. The manager, an employee is never going to remember boxes you checked, but they're going to remember the manager who talked to them.